How many Batman does it take to screw in a reboot? Keaton, Bale, Affleck, Pattinson, and now maybe another one. Hollywood keeps rebooting, remaking, and resurrecting the past like it's allergic to new ideas. But at what point does it stop being fan service and start being creative laziness? From Ghostbusters Afterlife to Matrix Resurrections, we're going to unpack why movies today are obsessed with nostalgia and whether it's killing the heart of original storytelling. Hey everyone, I'm Adam, and welcome back to the channel, where we look at what's great, what's awful, and what's just weird in the world of movies. Today we're diving into a hot topic, nostalgia. It's comforting, it's powerful, and let's be honest, it sells. But when every movie starts feeling like a rerun of our childhood, we have to ask, is Hollywood playing it too safe? We're going to look at how nostalgia has evolved into a cinematic strategy, when it works, when it backfires, and why some movies are addicted to giving audiences exactly what they remember instead of something new. And later in the video, I'm going to break down what I think is one of the worst uses of nostalgia in recent film history. Seriously, it hurts my soul as a fan. Let's get real. Nostalgia is profitable. Studios see it as a safe investment. Why risk $200 million on an original idea when you can reboot The Lion King and make $1 billion? This isn't new. Even in the 80s and 90s, Hollywood was recycling IP, but it's become way more calculated in recent years. Just look at Disney's lineup. Live-action remakes of The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and coming soon, a Moana remake. And the original came out less than 10 years ago.
Kakamora.
Kako what? They're kinda cute.
These movies aren't just movies anymore. They're brand reinforcement. They're selling you a memory. You liked this when you were 8, so you'll surely drag your kids to see it now, right? And honestly, sometimes it works. I'll admit, I got chills seeing Maverick take off in Top Gun Maverick, but that was earned. It didn't feel like it was begging for applause. Let's talk about callbacks, the cinematic equivalent of a wink and a nod. We've entered an era where entire movies are built around remember this moments, like in Spider-Man No Way Home, and don't get me wrong, I love seeing the 3 Spider-Men together. It was amazing. But remove that element, and what are we left with? A pretty average multiverse plot held up by nostalgia. The Force Awakens is another big one. It's basically a remake of A New Hope. That was on purpose. J.J. Abrams wanted to recapture that magic, and it worked for a lot of people. But it also set up a trilogy that leaned too heavily on the past without committing to something new. The problem isn't callbacks themselves. It's when movies rely on them as a crutch instead of a bonus. That's the difference between a well-placed Easter egg and a movie that's basically just a highlight reel.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Here's the twist. For a brief moment, it looked like we were turning a corner. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Nope, Barbarian, Get Out, even The Menu. These were original, weird, and bold. They proved audiences wanted new ideas. Studios took notice too. A24 rose from an indie darling to a power player. We saw experimental horror, more offbeat comedies, more passion projects from up-and-coming directors. It gave us hope that maybe, just maybe, we were moving beyond the endless reboot cycle. But then came 2023 and 2024, and it was back to business as usual.
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
The Exorcist Believer tried to launch a new trilogy. Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny banked on our love for indie, and it came up short. The Matrix Resurrections spent half the movie talking about reboots while literally being a reboot. It's like Hollywood peeked outside the nostalgia bubble, and then went right back in.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap?
Franchises used to grow organically. Now they're manufactured from the ground up with nostalgia in mind. Studios plan sequels, spin-offs, prequels, sometimes before the first movie even comes out. Think about Jurassic World Dominion. We get the original cast back, Grant, Sadler, and Malcolm. That should be epic. But instead, they're sidelined in a chaotic mess of bugs and underground dinosaur dealers. It's nostalgia without purpose. Or The Flash. Marketed as a celebration of DC's past, We get Keaton's Batman, references galore, multiverse cameos, but the story itself is muddy, bloated, and forgettable. It wants you to clap more than it wants you to actually care. That's the danger. When movies prioritize nostalgia over narrative, the audience eventually tunes out, because there's nothing new to get excited about.
Barry, what are you doing?
Our kids are gonna want to see this.
Alright, let's talk about the big one. The nostalgia meltdown. Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. After The Last Jedi split fan bases, Disney panicked. They went full nostalgia mode. They brought back Palpatine with no explanation. They gave Chewbacca a medal. Rey's not a nobody. She's a Skywalker. Every decision was made to walk back the risk-taking of the previous film. And you know what? It didn't satisfy anyone. The hardcore fans hated the backpedaling, casual viewers were confused, and the movie itself was incoherent. It's the perfect case study of how nostalgia, when unearned and overused, cheapens the very legacy it's trying to honor.
Taking one last look, sir, at my friends.
So, is nostalgia killing modern movies? Not completely. When used well, like in Creed or Top Gun Maverick, it can enhance a story and honor the original without copying it. But more often, we're seeing nostalgia used as a replacement for ideas. Studios think if we can just get them to feel something familiar, we won't have to build something new. And that is a problem.
See this guy here? That's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
It's not about hating callbacks or legacy characters. It's about balance. It's about why they're included. Are they moving the story forward or just reminding us of the past? What we need now, more than ever, is risk. We need studios willing to trust new storytellers, greenlight weird scripts, and stop chasing emotional comfort food every time ticket sales dip. Because the truth is, great movies don't just remind us of what we used to love. They give us something new to fall in love with over and over again. So what do you think? Is nostalgia a fun tool or a storytelling dead end? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want some more deep dives like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Thank you.